Hello, everyone. My name is Alice Bull, and I blog at scrapbookwonderland.com, and I run the ScrapHappy membership group, which is really more like a family of women that get together over scrappy things. And one of the things that we started doing is having the Scrapbook Live event. And I said, I would love to show other people the kind of fun things that we do as ScrapHappy. And so we've opened up the doors. It's open to everybody to come and attend these events. I try to do it once a month. I kind of bop around my son's schedule. So I kind of see what his swim schedule is, and then I kind of book the events. Normally it's near the end of the month because I get a kit from the Wild Hair Kits. Now, I order these kits myself, and they're not sponsored. I just think that they're really fun to work with. However, the lady that I get these from has sponsored a kit to give away as a prize here today. So I'll be doing that. So the way it kind of works is that I create a 12 by 12 layout, and then we do the draw for a free kit. And then from there, I continue on and I make a pocket page spread. I won't be spending time in the weeds doing the journaling while this is live, because I find that it gets really quiet and I get really introspective as I try to put something meaningful onto my page for journaling. So I do that part after, and I post it up on the replay page. So if you want to see the journaling of pages, then you have to catch the replay page, and that's just posted at scrapbookwonderland.com, usually within a day or two. How do I just hear, says Joyce. Joyce, you can turn your camera off. If you have your camera on right now, but if you just want to listen, that's totally fine. So I just scrolled over to your name right now, and it's just showing a black screen. It just has your name there. So you are not on camera. I can't see you. Nobody else can see you. So you should be fine. And oh, she says, how do I hear? Just write it in. So she's having audio issues. Possibly in the bottom corner. Let's have a look here. Okay. So that's a little selections. Okay. But everybody else can hear, correct? I've got people that are saying yes. Okay, that's good. So I really like that. I really like the kits because they're custom curated kits. So that means when you go, you fill out a style profile, and then you actually get a kit that reflects the things that you're interested in receiving. So you don't actually choose them, but they're chosen for you based on the things that you say you like. So it's kind of like a surprise, but it's kind of like a guided surprise. And that's kind of fun. When I was a kid, I used to love getting the goodie bags that were surprise bags at the candy store. So, this is like the grown-up version with scrapbook supplies, which is awesome. Okay, so let's have a look what's in this kit. So the Wild Hair Kits, she always puts a mention down at the bottom. It's highlighted here about the things that she focused on based on your profile recommendations. So, hi, Alice. This month, I made sure to send lots of sparkles because that's what I love. I included some Valentine's Day embellies and a couple papers that work for Valentine's or everyday photos. I especially love the 2 specialty papers in this kit. As per your request, I sent a stencil because I requested a stencil. I'm like, ooh, I like to get messy. I like to, muck around a little bit. Let's play with the stencil. And she had a stencil to send me. So I hope you love it, and I can't wait to see how you use it. I was also thrilled to send you some 2018 new releases as well as our gorgeous February exclusive cut file. Enjoy, Allison. Okay, so that's some really fun things for me to work with. And let's have a look what's in the kit. Okay, first off, stickers, my absolute favorite thing in the world. They don't always stick. The cardboard ones don't stick, but I have forgiven them for that because I love them so much. These stickers have sparkle around the edge of them. Oh, and I've actually had these before. So note to self, now I have two. I've got another one. I've used a couple of them off of there, but when I buy stickers, I actually always buy 2 packs if I really like the font. So I'm not worried about that. There's a little card that says "Happy Crafting, Alice." And what else is in here? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I usually start with the little things on top, but we're going to dive right to these because these are the specialty papers she was talking about. So look at this specialty paper. It's wrapped in plastic, but it has like actual like glitter hearts on it. Oh, it's from Crepe Paper, and it's from the Main Squeeze collection. So it's glitter hearts. That's beautiful. And here's the other specialty paper. So this one is actually acetate. So it's like a clear, maybe I'll show you that. A clear acetate. And it has all the flowers on it. Oh, I know. I see the faces. And so you can see it's clear. Ah, so fancy. And this is from the Pick Me Up collection from Pink Paisley from Paige Evans. Heather says, so jealous. So that is lovely. So no wonder she said, I love the specialty papers. Yeah, I'm a fan. Okay, next she mentioned a custom cut file. Look at these little hearts. That is so sweet. And okay, so in here there is a little bit of baker's twine, and it is pink and white baker's twine. Okay, so that's nice. Perfect for my theme. Some sequins. These are cute little, kind of like a peachy coral, and then there's like clear and some gold sequins all mixed together in this packet. You can just see them, how sparkly they are. That's good. Actually, it's funny because I don't really use like peachy corally colors very much, and I think I've made at least 3 pages during load this month with them. Joyce says, oh my, how do I stop recording in here? To stop recording, like to stop typing? I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm just, like, you won't be on the camera, Joyce. You're not on camera. So, so from here, there's also some 6x6 papers. I don't actually know which booklet these are from. They look kind of like a Pink Paisley, maybe, collection. So these are the papers. They kind of have that Pink Paisley look. If somebody knows, you can let me know. Yeah, Heather says, Joyce, the record button flashes and it's not recording for you. No, it just records on my side. Thank you for clarifying that. I only see my side, so so yeah, there's like some cute little 6x6 pages. And I love that there's just like a few sheets of it rather than a whole pack, because I actually have a really hard time using 6x6 papers. People seem obsessed with them. I'm not one of those people. I literally have 2 in my scrapbook room, and I have like lots of things. So I it's just not one of my go-to things. So a little bit is awesome, especially when you're doing like the pocket pages too. From that Main Squeeze collection from Crepe Paper, there are some glitter hearts with different colors, and there's also some little Valentine's words and XOXOs, which are super cute. And they have like words that say like, I heart you, happy Valentine's Day. And it's actually the same, like the words are actually repeated, but in different colors. So you know how sometimes they've got like the special word that you want, but it's in the wrong color? Well, they have them all, but in the same colors. And so you could actually get the right color. So that's fun. And the stencil that she spoke of, look at this. It's like a herringbone. That's right. That's called, right? Herringbone pattern. So cute little 6x6 stencil from Cartabella. And I'm going to save this for a second. We'll look at the paper and then we're going to look at this because it's really cool. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets of pattern paper in here. This one has hearts with sorry, not hearts, those are Danielle says, I think that those 6x6 papers are from the Take Me Away. So that they do look like Paige Evans. So that could definitely be. So I love the texture on the circles. And then look at this fun ledger paper on the back. And this paper is from Vicki Booten's All the Good Things. If you didn't see my Creativation videos with Vicki Booten, oh my God, she is a hoot, like totally a hoot. And her stuff is like all mixed media and fun, and you just want to like get messy and play with it. So I'm really excited because her paper line and just all of her stuff, I loved it. Crepe paper, this is from that Main Squeeze. Look at those little scales. I love them. It's like kind of like has that mermaid feel that's really popular right now, but it's not, it's not crazy. And then look at this side here too. So we've seen a lot of papers with that topographical markings that kind of look like a topographical map. And so this has like hearts with like the topographical markings. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, turn the page. Is that what you said? Turn the page. We're close from turn the page from Paige Evans. There you go. Awesome. So, okay. I have to say, I peeked at this kit last night because I couldn't resist, guys. Like, I couldn't resist. Somebody said, I love Vicki. I can't believe I hadn't heard of her before. I know. She's just great. This paper here has all of these moths on it. And this is from the Twilight collection from One Canoe 2, and they're part of American Crafts. I saw this paper and I'm like, okay, I know it's like Valentine's. I know there's all these love stories. This is the paper I'm going to use today, and you guys are going to die. It's so funny. So this is the back side of it. Let's see. Bonnie Reese says, raise your hand. Okay, Bonnie, I don't know what to say. I don't know how this works because I've never had people do that before. So let's have a look. Creativations, that's how you found out about this hangout. Thanks, Misty. I'm so glad that you found out from there. Okay, so I have a really good story to go with the moth paper. From Maggie Holmes' Flourish collection, there's this beautiful paper. It has little hummingbirds in it and like the little flowers. And it's like a navy background. And then there's like, this stuff here is kind of like a blue, like a twilighty blue. I love it. I love it. And then we have like this nice kind of triangle, scaly, almost like a dragon scale pattern on the background. And then this one here is from Maggie Holmes' Carousel collection and has the little things and the cute little kites. So yeah, this is a great collection of papers so far, says Christy. I know, I'm loving it. Sonia, she said, I'm loving the florals with dark backgrounds. If you love that, then the new collections this spring feature so many florals with dark backgrounds. It was totally a thing, and I saw lots of it. Okay, now this is cute paper from Pebbles. It's from their Forever My Always. Just I meant my, so just so you know, I haven't misread that. So it has all these words like love bug, forever, love, yours truly, hello, favorite, puppy love, baby. So it has all these cute little words all over it, just like that. And then the back has pretty, like, it's just the cutest little heart background, right? And this border strip, look how cute that is. So if you cut that off, it says you and me, has little hearts on it. So even the little cutoff strips, I love it when they have like usable cutoff strips. This one is also from that same collection from Pebbles. It has all these little kind of bits that you can either cut apart, or sometimes I just like to like use this as a layering piece, and then it looks like you've done all this work of putting stuff together, but you haven't. And then if you're more into neutrals, this background here, it has the little hearts, but they're like you know, a little bit softer, a little bit more neutral. And on the bottom here, it has the word love, but like in little dots. Okay, so those are the papers. And then there's this chipboard sheet. It's like a chipboard sticker sheet. Okay, so this has some of the fun, trendy things from right now. This is from the Main Squeeze collection from Crate Paper. And we've got a llama. That's right, the llama, says Janet the llama and Heather. Yep. So, but look how cute this whole thing is. We've got a little bit of glitter added to the embellishments and like the cutest things. Like look at what even is this? Is this like it's a strawberry and a what? Does somebody know what that is? I don't know what that is. See, yeah, Tamara's looking, she's like, I don't know. Cute fruit. So that works for me, Christy, the cute fruit. Yeah. There's a cute little rainbow with little hearts at the bottom of it. Oh my gosh, like so many cute things. I need more lovey-dovey photos, guys. Like seriously, a pink lemon? Yeah, maybe. It kind of does look like a pink lemon. And that's another thing that was huge. Lemons, super huge. So that's the cute stuff. So that's what's in my kit. And now it's time to scrap. So let's move things around. I will, my towering, there's too many nice things in this kit. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm actually scrapping it every day right now for load. And I meant to look to see what the prompt was for today. But once I saw that moth paper, I couldn't resist. I had to tell the story. So I've got some good things. Last month, this was the page that I made last month, and I did like a little bit of ink smooshing on there. I filled in the background between the cut file because this was the cut file paper, and yeah, just like layered up some stuff. So that turned out really good. And then I made the pocket page, and you haven't seen the finished pocket unless you're looking. So the pink lemon is that where pink lemonade comes from. And so this is one of the pocket pages, the first pocket page. I've got some pictures. I've got some notes about creativation. I pulled out some little tiny stickers. I think they're Heidi Swap ones to go on this. I've included little bits of the sequins on the thing and these cute little confetti pieces that were the acrylics. Some of the words that came on the sticker sheet. So that one is there. And then the matching page to kind of go with it was the page that I made with all the people on it. Now, I noticed beforehand that I had two Heidi Swaps on here. She's on here. She's, let's see. She's here, and then she's actually down here. And I don't know how that happened, but since she's my hero, I decided I was just going to leave it. I'll have two Heidi Swaps on there. So I've got like the weekend. I list the days that I was there at Creativation. I've got just some little cute quotes here with a shaker pocket. That's right, shaker pocket. And then I've got some more words and stuff underneath the flip flap here. So that's kind of how everything played out. So this is where I'm leaving off for today for the other page. And I've pulled out another pocket page, and this one has the horizontal pieces on it. So I think that usually if I have a vertical one, I put a horizontal one next to it. That way I've got room across the two pages to put big 4x6s on either one. And we'll start with the page. So these pictures here are all for the pocket page for later. And, where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So this picture, it's not about the actual topic that I'm going to tell. I'm definitely going to use some of that moth paper. I might use it for the background and then layer like fun things over top of it. Here we go. So that will be possibly my base. This is a picture of me and my mom. It was taken last summer when we went out to the mountains and we did this big hike in the mountains. It was pouring rain. We looked like drowned rats. Like really, I could use drowned rats on my page, but that wouldn't be very pretty. Moths are a little prettier. But my mom has always been like totally freaked out and terrified of moths. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard this rumor that when she was a teenager, these people had actually taken moths and stuck them down her shirt. So if you can imagine, that would make me pretty freaked out of moths. Turns out I've never had moths like down my shirt or anything, but they are evil little bugs, like so evil. They're super evil. Actually, I had one in here recently. It was flying around in my room and I'm like, I was ducking and I'm like on the live video going, no, this can't be happening. Evil bugs. And they always seem to fly at you. Why do they fly at you? Like, I am not a source of, okay, maybe I am a source of light. I was just going to say I'm not a source of light. Sure. No, they're not cute like this. The ones we get are like dark browny gray and ugly, and you know, they're not adorable and cute like these, but you know. Sonia says in Dutch we call them night butterflies, which is a much nicer name. Yes, much nicer. So I had to feature the moths. Okay, so the thing that I read somewhere, and I still believe because I read it once as a kid, is that moths lay their wings down like this, and that butterflies put their wings up like this. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but you know, I heard it once, and I'll say it's true. Okay, so I think that these words would totally work. These letters, like, you know, that looks nice with that. I want to pull some kind of love, anti-love maybe into it. We'll see if that works. I wanted to try my stencil. Maybe I'll have to cut this down a little bit so I can stencil the background. That would be fun. These sequins are perfect. Ooh, can you imagine these sequins in the background of this? Oh, okay, so maybe that's a different page. I have some of this paper that might be nice for layering with this. Like, don't those look like they're part of the same collection? They totally do. They're totally not, but they look like they could be. Airplane design for aircraft carriers is inspired by how either butterfly or moths close their wings. A nice bit of trivia from Sonia's trip to the Air Fleet Museum. Did I get that right? To the Fleet Air Arm Museum. Okay, so. Yeah, so those look like they go perfectly together. There's a nicer thing that flies. I could totally work that in there. And, oh no. Ooh, see, that paper goes too. It's like just like a shade darker. If you'd asked me, I would say this is red, and I would say this is like orangey coral. But when you put them together, they actually look really, really good together. So I've got a few options for patterned papers that I could use. Ooh, I don't know if I will sacrifice this mermaid paper though. I don't know about that. To use the other side, I don't know. We'll see what I need for layers. But I want to use this. So I'm going to actually start with this. I think I'll start on a piece of regular white cardstock. Ooh, white cardstock. Okay, I gotta grab that. Okay, here we go. So this cardstock is like really, really thick. I don't know if you can hear how thick it is, right? Just by by that, it's really, really thick. It's from Creative Scrapbooker magazine. It's called Superstock, and it's like, I think, what did they say? 130 pounds, 140 pounds, something like that. It's really, really heavy. So I actually have a binder where I keep all of my stencils. So I'll keep all of that stuff together. And I have, it's actually just a binder, like a scrapbook album, just not like a nice one that I'm using for my scrapbooks anymore. But I've got all my stencils in there and they're kind of organized by style, and that works out really good. Okay, so for the colors, so I'm wearing this really garish blue raincoat, and I kind of like to not make that the center of the show. But if you look underneath, there's a little bit of the orange, which will help to pick up some of that ladybug color, not ladybug, moth color. I just don't even want to say moth. It's horrible. But I had this great idea for my title because moth, mother, I'm just like my mother, scared of moths kind of thing. And I thought I needed to play on words. So, you know, it's not nailed down. So if anybody is like really playful with words, moth and mother, you know, it's in there. It's somewhere in there. Let's see. I don't know. Ooh, I bet you I do. I've got some orange. Okay. So I've got some Heidi Swap, color shine in some of these orangey colors. Kind of looking to see what colors are. It might be too bold. Maybe I just need to add a little bit of texture instead. This one. Ooh, yeah, okay, we'll do that. Okay, so I found some texture stuff. We're gonna play with that. And I know this is for my Cricut machine, but I tend to use it all the time because I always know where it is. Joy says, I'm still on my first kit and gearing up for another. Well, there you go. The great thing about the wild hair kits is that you can order them on the regularity that you need a kit, right? Like they're not once a month or, you know, every other month. It's kind of whatever you want them to be. Oh, shoot. I thought that was sitting here. Well, it could be sitting here, honestly. Oh, no, I put it at the sink. I had to clean it off. Okay, that'll make this a little bit easier. I have my paper towel. We're good to go. Ooh, I bet you this color. I'm wondering if I have like kind of a peachy coral in my distress ink too. So I found this gold metallic texture paste. I thought that might be really good with this. A little bit of gold. And I also brought the really heavy modeling paste, gel medium stuff. And I got this massive thing because I was in an art store and I'd already blown through like one of the little tiny tubs and I was like, well, let's just get the big one. I don't know if I have a corally color. No, my colors are all pretty bright in those two. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of this gold onto my mat. Can you see that? Kinda. Oh yeah, okay. That's not too bad. And I don't think I want like the whole background to be like herringbone. So I think I'm gonna just like dash it on in a few areas. Oh, and I've mucked it up right from the start. That's great. Okay, so that's the first little section. You can see that even though my template slid on me, it's kind of cool. And once I create the layers on top of it, you're not going to see all of it, but you're going to see some of it. And this stuff, I don't know if you can see how shiny it is? Oh, it's pretty. Okay, and I'll scrape the rest of this off of here. A little bit, just wipe off the edge. And I'm just going to do a couple little edges of the thing on here. But I'm going to try to keep the herringbone pattern all in the same direction. Otherwise, that'll really bug me. Okay. Okay. So this is probably going to need some drying time. So realistically, I'm going to have to work off of my background for a while, but you know, that's fine. We'll understand how it all comes together. So I've got another little piece of it in the corner. And then I'm gonna do another spot over on the side. Or do I wanna do the top? No, I'll do down here because I mucked it up already. Okay. So I am not the world's like greatest mixed media artist, but you know, it's paper. If I screw it up and I don't like it, I've been known to throw them out. But, you know, I think that it's not as scary as it has to be, right? Like it doesn't have to be so scary to put a little bit of goop on a page. Cool. I think I want a little bit of it up there too. Okay. So that's good. This needs to go back to my sink. Okay. So I've got just a little bit of that on a few areas of the layout. And by the time I add everything else, it's going to be like really covered up and stuff. So it's not like you see all of it. And because I didn't like, you know, worry about making it crazy perfect, I'm not too worried about how it's going to, you know, whether I got it all perfectly lined up and stuff. Okay, so that's the mucky part of this done, I think. I don't think I need the bold stuff. I should wipe this off though. The great thing about using that really thick paper is that any of the stuff that's a little bit liquid, it kind of supports it a little bit nicer. Cool. Okay, that looks good. I'm just going to set it up here and just leave that to dry. Now I will build the rest of the layout. I think I'll just I'll kind of use this as my like idea of the background while I'm building. And I'm going to trim it down. Okay, so let's start cutting. I printed the photo as a 5x7. Honestly, for two reasons, because, you know, pictures look really awesome when they're bigger. And it's just like a comfort zone for me, right? When I want to sit down and I'm like worried about being on camera just a little bit and making sure that I don't screw up everything, then, you know, I want to start my layout with something that I find a little bit comfortable, and using a slightly larger photo is a comfort zone. So, you know, if you're like, you know, not feeling a page or something, maybe you just need to think of what is your comfort zone in scrapbooking. Let's see, Deborah asked, so was that like a gold glue that you used? It's actually a metallic texture paste from Heidi's Swap. This is the gold colored texture, metallic texture paste. So I'll hold that up here, metallic texture paste. Yeah, and basically you can smear it on, you can dab it on, you can do everything. This stuff is really, really creamy. Some of the different ones, like this stuff here, is really thick. This is like really thick frosting, whereas this one is, yeah, just really creamy, like a face cream kind of thing, right? And different, you know, different things give you different looks. I can show you with that really thick modeling paste. I have a stack of my load layouts here. This page here that I made, this here on the corner, and you can see how thick it is. Like some of those are really thick. I left them thick. You don't have to make them thick, but they're like, they're really thick. And that you can see I used a very similar, there's a few areas of stuff on there. And yeah, when you're putting it on, it's very thick, like a really thick frosting. Yeah, she sees the difference. Perfect. Love that C layout. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had to make fun of my husband who doesn't wear sunscreen, and he wore jeans and shoes at the beach. So, you know, that had to be commemorated. Okay, so I want these moths to be a large part of my page, but not the only thing on my page. So I think I'm going to cut this moth paper just down to like 10 inches squared and make that as like kind of a base to work off of. And that'll give me a little bit of that gold. You won't see a ton of it because it's going to be chopped down. And maybe if 10 inches covers it too much, maybe I'll want to change it. I can always make it smaller. So, okay. So yeah, so that's what you're going to see, right? You're just going to see that little bit poking out of the edges. And I think that's going to look good. And with this, yeah, just check in. Okay, so I'm thinking about where my title should sit. And because the top of this picture is really quite plain and simple, I could actually layer it over the bottom or the top a little bit. I like to have things touch. The more things touch, the more they kind of feel like it's cohesive and kind of talking to each other. And I love that. Ooh, what do you want? This paper on here. I think I'll have a strip of this. Maybe 4 or 5 inches. Maybe I'll make 5 inches. So this paper is actually called Hummingbird, apparently. And actually, there wasn't like one like runaway animal. Like I saw a bunch of llamas at the shows, but I didn't see like a gazillion, which was good. Oh, that's funny. I got some gold goop on there. A little bit of this layering in here. I like it better to that side. Oh, you know what? I think this will need to be, it's so pale on the background. I think I'm gonna layer a color underneath there. What have I got for color? I have this one. I really like those the kites, but I think I'm gonna sacrifice it so I can use the blue. I'm gonna make this one 10.5. That's a lot. I still might want those kites. So I'm gonna actually like do my like cheater method and like cut some of the background out. I don't always do that, but I'm just really not sure if I'm gonna want some of those kites. And if I do, I'll have some of them now. Okay, so I just cut this out kind of like a little frame. Now I can keep this little piece with the kite, so I still have a piece, and it's still a pretty good size. But then I can use this blue kind of to frame this moth paper, which will stand it out a little bit more off of that white background. So I like that for contrast a little bit better. And I may as well just stick this down right now. Okay, and so I'm not sticking the middle of it because I don't obviously want to stick it to this white background, but I'm glad that I'm working on the white background because it gave me a chance to really see that I didn't like it just plain on that background. Okay. That's better. Okay, so I think I'm gonna center my photo. Weird. Never do that. Yeah. Well, that's not true. Not never. Rarely do that, I guess. Deborah says, I always like both sides of the paper. I know, it's so tough. Your sound is very low. Oh, thanks for letting me know. When I start talking away from the microphone, it's very directional. You have to be like kind of pointing at it. So thanks for letting me know. Okay, so this looks good. And I don't know what to do. I want to use those letters that are from the kit here. And I want to say just like my mother or something like that. But I want to draw attention to the word moth in mother. So maybe I need those letters to be another color or another size. I don't know, like what I can do to kind of make those stand out a little bit. I could make those in like a large gold, which would go really well with this and pull in my gold a little bit more actually. Okay, this is my travel pack that I've been taking with me because I've been doing about half of my scrapbooking is on the road this month, which can be a little complicated. Okay, hopefully I have the letters I need in here. T-O-M-H, good. Okay, so rulers. I always just line up my words on rulers. And I should have enough letters. I don't think I'm going to have to spell out the stuff because it's a new set of stickers. So cross your fingers, but I have the other set, so I'm not super worried, just in case. And I don't know exactly where I want things to lay, so I think maybe half the title is going to go up top and the mother part will go underneath. But I think by doing this, like laying it on the rulers, I can move them around and then I'll get to see where I want the actual title to go. So making this page kind of made me think about how, you know, things that like the learned versus like the things that you're born with, like obviously I have somewhat inherited this dislike for moths from my mom, but you know, that's got to be like a learned thing, right? That's not something you're born with. You're not born hating moths. Like I remember as a kid, I would like, you know, I would have no problem like touching them, picking them up, letting them crawl on my arm or whatever. But yeah, that changed. So where along the way did it change? And why moths? I'm not creeped out by butterflies. I can go into a butterfly house not a problem. Butterflies are not maniacs that try to fly at you, turns out. The nature versus nurture. Thanks, Heather. That's what I was trying to say. um, Carrie, I have not. So Carrie asked, have I tried the Thickers alignment tools yet? No. And I wish I had them because I would probably love them. Like they're like a ruler, but they're softer so that when you line your stuff up, you can just kind of like tip them and scooch the little ruler piece out. And I'm like, that would be pretty great, but I don't know if it would be thick enough. I like the fact that this is thick so that when I kind of test it over part of my layout, that I don't end up having the letters kind of semi-stick to things. Okay, so just like okay, that's looking pretty good. You can't see because I've got everything in the way here, but this is kind of where I'm setting it up right here at the top of my piece, and then our top of my photo, and then the word mother is going to come down here, and I'm going to have to see about maybe a piece of vellum or something for my journaling. I think I'm going to have to move this up just a scooch too. Scooch it up to the top so that I have a little bit more room for the journaling. Okay, and I'm going to spell mother, and I think these will look okay together, or maybe I need sparkly letters. Okay, I need an opinion. Do I put this, like spell out moth with these and then finish it with the ER? Is that like weird and wonky? Or do I need to have ones that have gold glitter on them? I definitely have options. Let's just say there would be options for that. But is that like too strange? Like these are not glittery, they're foiled. And so I don't know if that's gonna look as good. Let's see. For example, I have here ones that are actual gold glitter. These ones are like really thin and skinny. These ones are a little bit smaller than those other ones. You like the fonts together. You think the shiny is better than the glitter. I'm good with that. See, I just needed a second opinion. Okay, so I'll spell out mother on this. I just think it's a fun idea, like to highlight that. And, you know, apparently I like to do dorky things on my layouts. I do that a lot, actually. Like things that I look at and I'm like, I don't know if that like translates to other people, but I get it, so it's fine. Yeah. What was I watching here the other day for the ScrapHappy movie night? Once a month we watch some Scrappy videos together and we talk about them, kind of like a book club, but for watching movies. And we were watching videos from Rebecca Keppel. And if you don't know her stuff, oh my gosh, she's so great. So look for Rebecca Keppel on YouTube. But we watched some of her videos, and what did she have on there? She had like the little private jokes on her thing, and I was just like, I love it because, oh no, that's not where it was. Oh, I know where it was. It was in one of our load prompts. Teacher said she enjoyed the thing. Make them, oh, Deborah says make moth glitter. Oh, now I've got like, now it's a battle. Oh, Katrina says I think the glitter will stand out more. Okay, so just like my moth. Yeah. Well, I think I put the other ones away, you know, right there. It's not very far, but I think I'm already ready. I'll show you what this looks like, and we can see then once I'll hold this up to the camera. Okay. My mother, just like my mother. Okay. What will you say will show up on the recording? Only if I read your comments, Joyce. The actual texting doesn't show up on the recordings. No. So just the ones I read. So it works, right? That doesn't look too bad. It looks okay. I could always I guess try adding extra glitter if I felt like I really needed it, but I think it'll be okay. And that's going to be, yeah, it's totally good. Love it. Okay, so let's tuck these out of the way. So I always put them back into the baggies eventually, but the key word there is eventually. So I tend to have stacks of thickers that are sitting outside of packets. Sue says, hi everyone, so happy to be here. Welcome, Sue. We haven't done the draw yet. It's coming up. I'm working on my first layout and then we will have our draw. Okay, so this looks good. I'm going to layer in the layers. Okay. Oh, this keeps trying to not stick. Okay, I'm gonna stick this together. I want this to go on there. Okay, this is gonna be, if I want that kind of to the top-ish, of course it's not gonna be on this paper, it's gonna go on that one when it's dry. Shouldn't take too long, that stuff is usually pretty good. So I've stuck it just to this so far with my layers. I know it's like, you know, kind of having to play with layers a little bit, but that totally, it's fine. Okay, now let's add my photo. So I got to go shopping yesterday, not for scrappy stuff, which I love, but I went shopping for baby girl things. Oh my God. Yeah, my cousin had a baby girl and I'm actually gonna go see her. I'm heading down tonight to go and visit and I'll be there tomorrow and I'll get some baby cuddle time in. She was like a little 6-pound little miniature baby. So I'm really excited. And oh my gosh, I went to the children's place and they had like the little dresses were 40% off. I might have bought 3. Like the frilliest, like ones that are like the most impractical, that's what I bought. I'm like, if you want practical clothes, that's not what you're getting from me. But I'll tell her, I'm like, if you put it on her and it doesn't wash well, throw it out, like whatever. I'd rather see you use it. Don't save it for a special date. Every day is a special date when you have a sweet little princess. Only 3. Okay, well, only 3 at Children's Place. Because then I ended up looking at Walmart and then they had a dress that was so cute. Oh, and then I bought a swimsuit at each place too, like a little tiny little baby swimsuits. Oh, so cute. So that, yeah, I had lots of fun. Okay, let's see, what do I have for embellishments that are gonna go with this? Any little things from here, I could probably, I'm just wondering if the colors are gonna work with this. I don't think so. I think there's just a little too much pink and this is like more peachy corals. I guess I could probably use a little pear, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I think it's a pear. That's what it is, guys. It's a pear. Like, oh, but this one's not a pear. This is a pink lemon. Okay, these are pears. Okay, sorry. I thought I'd solved the riddle, and I'm like, how did we not figure that out? But these, no, these all say Valentine's Day. Okay, so that's not gonna work either. Not for this. A page about, you know, my mother. I will use this little thing that says you and me. It has like a little red heart, but I think that's okay. And maybe, oh, I know, I have a little stick thing, not a sticky thing, a sticky thing. You know, a sticky thing, you know, we all have sticky things. An enamel heart that's just the right color. So I'm gonna stick that over the red part so that I'm not adding this little bit of extra color into this. Okay. Cut out this little piece. And I don't know how I want this whole paper, so I'm just gonna literally just cut out this one little square right here. Okay. And that's gonna be so cute. Okay, so the you and me gives me a little embellishment piece. And I think I can add my words on here now, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna kind of put these ones, like the just like Mike, off to the side a little bit, and the mother's gonna be off to the other side a little bit. And I like the balance that that kind of gives me. And of course, they're thicker, so they are not gonna stick. So I have my liquid adhesive here to help me out. Good. And you know, lots of times I've like tried be like, oh, maybe they'll just stick this time, like magic. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So I've given up on trusting the thickers to stick, and I just stick them on myself. Yeah, so little baby girl things are absolutely adorable. I have two boys and they're now super old. Like, you know, it's happening right before my eyes. I have a 19-year-old and a 17-and-a-half-year-old. I am never going to look at a moth. I'm never looking at a moth the same way again, says Deidre. I know, they're evil. They're evil, and they fly right at you. Yeah. Like the worst thing is if you're sitting watching a movie in the dark, like we watch movies in bed a fair bit, Netflix usually, and you know, that glowing screen. Oh. Katrina says I have a 15-year-old boy. Yeah, they get old fast. Okay, these are going on. So have you guys noticed that like the cardboard thickers, they don't stick, but the foam ones do? So I'm like, how did they figure it out for the foam ones and not the other ones? Like, what are they doing that's different? Is it just that little bit of flexibility that makes the other ones stick or allows them to stick? I don't know. Okay, just like my perfect. That looks good. Okay, this is kind of stuck together right now, or at least this part is a little bit stuck together. So imagine this on that other background, but I'll hold it up with the white paper. This is the progress shot. So just like and if I spelled something wrong, shout it out. Like, hey, Alice, fix that before it sets. Okay, then mother. Okay, let's add that down here. And I want it to kind of look a little like that. Okay, good. So then this will just need a couple little embellishments, and I will have my space for my journaling. And be good to go. This is coming together. It always seems fast, and yet I look at the time and it's been an hour. So how does that happen? Okay. Just like my mother. Okay, now I've got this little you and me, which is cute, but the red, like you can see it from here, right? The red stands out like crazy. But I was using these last night. Oh, these are like the perfect color, guys. These are from My Mind's Eye. Yep, from My Mind's Eye. Perfect colors. The old foam ones didn't stick, Katrina, for the letters. Yeah, well, the new ones seem good. Chrissy says, does anyone know of a really good scrapbooking monthly subscription? Well, I'm using my kit from the Wild Hair Kits, and I just order it once a month. So you have to go in and order it. But the great thing is that when you go and order it, you know, if you aren't ready for another kit yet, then you don't place an order and you don't have to get a kit. So there's no commitment level. Oh, that's perfect. This is perfect, guys. Oh, you're gonna love it. Okay, I love it. Ta-da! Now it's like this little peachy color, so it fits with the layout. It doesn't be like, oh my god, that's like really bright. This is a little bit not straight. You and me. And I think I'm gonna need a little piece of vellum for my words, maybe right there. I'll probably see how I add the words when I do the journaling, but this is good. Ooh, and these blue ones, oh, I've got to add a few more little bits. Okay, I want to pop this up. I've got some foam tape here. Just so that it's not so flat. Get a little extra dimension on the page. And then, ooh, I can add some of these little bits. It's like the perfect color palette. That's so funny. Okay, trash that, and then, okay, so in this there's some dark teal, there's kind of some minty green. It's not exactly minty in here, but it's still close enough that it would work. And then I've got the 2 shades of like peach and coral, and then there's some like glitter gold one pieces. Like it's literally just perfect. And I'm just gonna put a couple these on here. I'm gonna add a couple more down here. Let's see. And a little bit over by the mother, I think. Maybe I'll go above it because I don't want to get in the way of my journaling. Oh, I didn't use a gold one over there, did I? And I can add a little piece of gold right here. Cool. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I'm just adding like little random enamel dots because, you know, enamel dots are cute. And the journaling is going to go on there. Let me check this and see how this is doing. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's dry. Dry enough for me to work with for sure anyways. So that's the like finished effect. You can see how metallic-y it is. Oh. Carrie says, I definitely recommend the Wild Hair. Yeah, and like I love that, you know, they're like a kit club, but they're not a lot of commitment. Like I keep ordering my one. So what I do is I finish the layout today and I order the one for my next month. And that seems to be working for me. Okay, so I've got this to add on top of here. Oh, that's going to cover up a lot of that. And so with that, apparently, oh, that works better. So I just figured which way I was going to go on there. That brings a little bit. Oh, and see, that ties this metallic in. See, oh, so good. I'm so glad we kept the foil. That was good. Well, that looks perfect. Okay, let's add this layout on here. And it will get journaling to tell the moth story. Actually, I'll see if I can, I'll check with my, oh, I can't even check with my mom. She's on holiday in Mexico right now. Find out if her moth story is true. I have no idea. The fact that I believe that it's true is enough to make it true, right? Sue says, wow, your page looks beautiful. Thank you. So pretty simple. Okay, there we go. And so I'll add the journaling on here, probably a little piece of like vellum over top of this area to put the journaling onto, just so that it stands out. And there we go. Pretty simple. Carrie says, haha, told you so. I love it. We're two peas of a pod there, Carrie. What gold product did I use with the stencil? Yes, it is Heidi Swapp's metallic texture paste. And yeah, it turned out so nice. You can see that little bit of shine when I move the layout on like the little pieces that stick out of the edge there. Looks so good. Yes to the scrap room. In the main kit, you get a little 4 different lines each month. Yeah, so there's lots of different kit clubs. And like if you want like that commitment of having them every month, I've done different ones. When I did Gossamer Blue before this, and I loved my kits from Gossamer Blue, but I have to say, like, I love the variety that I'm getting in my kits, and you know, it's kind of fun just kind of seeing what's going to happen and the way that they're customized for your style. So if you're not a person that likes pink, you say, no pink, don't send me anything pink, and you don't get pink stuff. And if you're not into sparkle and glitter like me, maybe your kit says, no glitter, don't send me sparkly stuff. And so I think that just those kind of customizable things to help you get something that you're actually going to want to use is good. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, I don't know if I have one that's, oh, I do have some that are a little more full. I wish I had this one to layer up. I could. There's a little cut off. I could maybe cut this guy up and I'll pop him up. I'll see. Maybe I'll do that with a couple of these little pieces. Okay. But I think that's like, you know, an extra. We'll see if that happens. Okay, so I'll pop that right there. And let's have a look here. We have 38 people in the house, and one of those is me. Guys, this is great. Thank you, sir, for being here. I hope you're all being very crafty and productive. So let's see, what do I do here? I pull up a random number generator on my phone. And then I go to the list of participants. And yeah, I can see. Looks good. Okay, so random number generator. And so what did I say? 30. Oh, it says 37 on here. Where did somebody disappeared? Uh-oh. Okay, so 36 then with me. This is like thinking really hard. Oh, it's not on the right internet for my upstairs. It's trying to use the internet from downstairs, and we had to put in a separate network up here because it just didn't work. It doesn't reach well. Bonnie says she's lurking today, listening and watching while she's cleaning. Beautiful page. Thank you. Okay, there we go. This should work now. Now I have Wi-Fi. Perfect. Okay, so maximum number, let me check again. It does say 37. Okay. So I'll enter in 36. Done. Generate. And it says 11. So lucky number 11. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is Deetra. Deetra, you are the winner of the kit. Congratulations. So Deetra, will you please email me at alice@alicebowl.com, and I will pass on your information so you get your free kit. Congratulations. Danielle says she does the secret, not so secret kit club. Yes, that's a really fun one too. Yeah, so congratulations to Deetra. So that's good. Okay, so next I'm going to tidy a little tiny bit here, and then I will start my next layout. What's that for? Okay, so my next one is pocket pages, and I do a monthly pocket page. I try to get as much of my month into that one layout as I can. Sometimes I add extra ones. Oh, you're very welcome, Sue. She says, thank you so much for offering a giveaway. That was completely from Allison Gerling from the Wild Hair Kits. She was totally cool about doing that, and she says, I'll keep doing it as long as you're doing your thing. I'm like, awesome, that's great, because the kits have been really fun. As you can see, it's been really fun for me to work with. So for my pocket pages, I've got my horizontal pages, and the back side of this is my vertical pages. I have pictures from our month. Now, so far the big things that have happened this month are my son's 19th birthday, and my other son went to a swim meet and he won the Swiminator award. Okay, now there's a kid from his team here, and I don't know if that's like public stuff I'm allowed to share, so maybe I'll just cover that up. But there's my son. He got the Swiminator award. They had like this really fun thing where they did 25 meters of freestyle where you just sprint across the pool, and there was 6 kids in the pool. The last one got eliminated. So then the 5 go back immediately. They go back immediately and they swim again, and then you get eliminated. And then you go again, you get eliminated. And it was really fun, and he won the Swiminator award. So that was kind of fun. So that's gonna go in my thing here, mostly birthday stuff, a little bit of swimming stuff. Oh, I thought I printed the other page. Oh, I wonder if my printer ran out of paper. So I have that. So let's start having a look and seeing how this kind of fits. A nice picture of me and my son together on his birthday. Teacher says, so excited. Thanks, everyone. There. So, oh, yeah, Jen says, I'm hoping to get back on Invit when we get home. The killing your dad plan in the car right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I have this picture of me and my son so on his birthday. That was great. And some of my little nieces and one of my nephews. So that's really fun. And you guys are gonna laugh. Okay, so people tend to think craftiness translates across to other craftiness. And this is not true. Alice has made some of the ugliest cakes in the history of the universe. And this one wasn't one of them. This is like moderately okay. But the thing I totally botched up this time was that I didn't have any birthday candles. And I normally have a bag and it has them. I just pick them up randomly. I haven't been shopping. I haven't seen them somewhere. If I see them, I just buy them because, birthday candles, I'm going to need them eventually. So my husband went to the candle holder and he took that monster candle and stuck that in the middle of the cake. It was what it was. He bought this little cake kit that included these edible stickers that you put onto the cake. I'm like, it's not the prettiest thing ever, but it is what it is. But I did do something really cool with the cake, and that was I made it into kind of like one of those rainbow cakes where you color the batter in different pans or in different bowls, and then you kind of plop it into the thing. So if you look at the cake, you can see it's like multiple colors. It's like blue and purple and pink and stuff. And then the reason I chose to go with those colors is because my son has multiple variations of this shirt where he has like this galaxy design and it has like the purple and the blue and kind of some pink and stuff. So I made the cake to match his shirt. So I'm like, the cake on the outside might not be so pretty, but when you open it up, it was like, oh, that's so fancy inside. And it's like the easiest thing to do, which is like why I actually can do it. So I always think that's really fun. So yeah, Ryan had a swim meet. Joe had a birthday. The birthday was kind of like the main big event of the day or of the month, but um, yeah, so I want to include that. Ryan has one more swim meet coming up this month, so I'd like to include that as well. And I think what I'll do is I'll save one spot for this swim meet, and I'll have one spot that I did with another for his other swim meet. Sue said, you did great with the cake colors. I want to try that. It is so easy. Like you just make your white cake batter. You take like 3 or 4 or 5, like however many bowls of color you want to try. And like you can try to do like fancy patterns. I don't do that. I just literally like plop a spoon of full of this color, a spoonful of that color, a spoonful of this color. You just plop them in by the spoonful. And eventually, you know, you've got all your batter into your pan. You cook your cake, and you know, once it's iced, you can't tell. So it's like the big reveal when you open it up. It's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so let's do the birthday photos. Okay, so this looks like a good kind of layout design with the cake showing off all that stuff. I want to have a thing that says like February or something, but I think it's going to come across in whatever I add to this because of Valentine's Day. And well, I don't have any love photos, believe it or not. I sent the first part of this month actually being really quite sick, so that was not conducive to getting great things done. But I think I can use some of these things for his birthday and get away with it because, you know, it's February and Valentine's Day. But, you know, if I can fit this, does that fit in a pocket? So sweet. Let's see. Oh, she made it the right size so it fits in a pocket. So happy. Yay. Okay, so let's open this up and kind of plan out some of the pieces that I want to get into this. I want to do the So Sweet. That's perfect for a birthday and cake and stuff. And how often am I going to get to use a llama? Probably not that often. So it's going on this page. Like there is going to be a llama on here. And I can probably do like a little thing that adds Happy Valentine's Day, even though it's not represented in my photos. It did happen this month, so that would be fun. And yeah, I think, oh, there's like a little tag down here that says February. So I'm gonna let that be my February name tag. So now I just need to pick the papers. This has to go in there, right? Like I gotta use that glitter paper, the special glitter paper. So some of the glitter paper now, like that's actual like full on, like where the whole sheet is glitter, they're using this stuff that's called POW. I think that's what Shamel called it. And it actually doesn't get glitter on anything else. It doesn't like shed the glitter. So it's glitter paper, and when you rub your hand across it, like you can't even tell. This paper, I don't think is like that because it has it applied to different things. So I'm definitely getting a little glittery. So I'm gonna be a little shiny and sparkly here today. But yes, it must go on. It's like so beautiful. And as much as I love glitter and sparkle, because let's face it, I do, I don't tend to use a lot of like loose glitter just because of the mess factor. Amanda says, finally you get to use a llama. I know. I know. I gotta use a llama. Like how often am I really gonna have that opportunity to use a llama? So gotta take it while you got it. This is good. That's gonna go on here, and that's gonna become my title card. I'll use this little February piece. This one here, I know I'm gonna use a flip flap because I'm gonna have a couple things about his swim meet. I want to include some details, and I'll just have that under the flap so I can be like, hey, you won the prize kind of thing. I actually took a picture of his trophy. It's hilarious, actually. I don't know why it didn't print. Okay. So I'll show you this picture of this trophy. Okay. So it's like this little dorky looking bobblehead. Can you still hear me? It's this dorky looking bobblehead trophy, but it actually has the words on it. And it was just really fun. Teacher says, hubby's home, off to supper. Enjoy your weekend. Yay. I will. I'll get to go cuddle a baby. So that's good. I'm going to cut some of these into the other size. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to have at least one of those over here. And I might use an extra little piece of this one on one of these too. We'll have a look. And I really like this, but if I forgot the other hearts, I think that might be like overdoing it a little bit. Oh, I don't want to forget to use this. Oh, you know what I didn't use? I didn't use any of my sequins. Oh, I love that. I never ended up on that page, did it? Oh. Do I want to use that paper on here? Maybe. That could be good. That could be good. Now, do I need something that's more plain, or can I go wild with that? I think I can go wild. Okay, let's go wild. So I'm going to use this, which means I'm probably going to have to layer something over top of it to add journaling and stuff, but it's just too pretty to not do it, right? I'm loving the paper that you're using. Oh, that's the thing, like with these kits, like they're a mix from different designers, and yet they're coordinated so that they'll go together. Okay, I'm gonna put that one there. Separate that a little bit. Good. And this, I don't know, where do I want that? That one there, maybe. Then I just need something for right there. Okay, so I've kind of got the pockets almost planned. Ooh, I could use the back of this one. I think I'll use that for right here. And that will make really good journaling paper too. So I can use that for layering. Oof, good, good, good. Okay, and this layering there. Did I have a piece of this one? Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. That's how it's gonna work. This is gonna cut down. I'm gonna cut like 1 inch off of each side so that I have this piece to add on here for some journaling. Okay. So I'll hold this up. So this by itself is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, but I need to have something that I can put something on top of that, because like almost, not quite everything, but most things that you put on top of there are just going to get buried and lost. So by layering some other stuff over top that's a little bit plainer, I can either add some journaling or whatever, and I can still get to keep kind of that fun look of that background. So that's one. Who is the current paper? Okay, so this one here with the Little Mermaid stuff is from Crate Paper, and this one here is specialty paper from Crate Paper, actually. So I think this is all from the Main Squeeze collection. Yeah. So I can put my February word on there, but I need something decorative, and I think maybe it's a llama. I think that would be great. So I'm gonna have a llama on here for February, and this little piece totally matches. And I don't know if I'm gonna have to layer them or not, but I'll try this first, and if I don't like it, then I'll play with it again. No, actually it's good. It's fine. So it says February. It has my llama and the cake. Okay, so on this one, I think I'll include the So Sweet because I really liked that. And it fits. So pull that out of there. So I don't have a ton of journaling. So if I have a little bit for journaling to talk about his birthday, what do you say? It's his birthday, right? We had a big party and I think that'll be good. Let's pop that out of there. So here's a card where I've just added the So Sweet. Like, I love having like embellishments that just like go together and it's just like ta-da, it's all done. So I think what I'll do with this is I want to keep a little bit of this like sparkle heart and add it to this one here. But I'm not sure how I'm going to add it yet. I'll have to see when I add some journaling to it. And some people don't like to use thick things on their pocket pages, but I don't seem to have a problem using thick stuff. I think that it's fine. Okay. So I don't know what's going to go on that card yet, but I'll tuck it in here. I'll tuck this one in here because that one's going to be journaling. And a little piece of this. Okay, so this is what the left side, no, right side is starting to look like. I've got like that sparkle heart paper up here. I've got a little piece of it tucked in here because that's going to work, and I'll add it as I add the journaling. So I've got the pictures of my nieces and nephews. I've got Joe and me at his party, my husband bringing him the cake. I've got the So Sweet on there. And so I can add more little details as I kind of fill out the rest of that. And for this one here is going to turn into a pocket page for his swim meet. I don't know if I will save another one for his other swim meet. If it doesn't end up in here, it doesn't end up in here. Let's be real. Or I could do the cake kind of as one story. That's another option that I could go with. So that is something I could do. Okay. So yeah, if I want to save another one for his other swim meet, maybe I'll do that. So I'll do the cake on a flip flap. I'll have the swim photos here on a flip flap. I've got another space for his other swim meet. I'll just write that down. Swim meet, Feb 25th weekend. Something like that. That goes there. Cool. So I think this one is kind of planned out. I will add a few more embellishments from this kit as I go, and I'd like to add some of this baker's twine to it. So we'll see where I can fit some of that in. But that's looking kind of done-ish, right? Like it's planned out. I know plan doesn't necessarily mean done, but you know, now it's just the finishing touches once you have like the layout design. So adding the journaling and just kind of, I find that once I add the journaling, adding the final embellishments kind of works. So I will take pictures of this layout when it's done. Man, that was fast. I know. And like, I don't plan these ahead of time. Like, I'm not like sitting ahead saying this picture is going to go here and this one's going to go here. I just print the pictures I want to use and then start layering them into the book. And you know, some people have really simple project life pages, and that's awesome. And I really love the look of it, like when people have really simple pages. But that's not me. I am addicted to pattern paper. I love pattern paper. And so for me, I want to get as much of that pattern paper hoarded into my book as possible. My husband just got home. And so for me, using more of the pattern papers is more important. When I'm doing these kind of pocket pages, what I find is that usually I use like 2 to 3 patterns on a page like this. Sonia says, who needs pocket cards? I know. I do have some that I highly recommend that I super duper love. And that is these journaling cards from Project Life. I'm sure like any new versions will be even better because they won't have the rounded corners. But these are all just journaling cards. So they have like the little grid pattern. You can use them this way or that way. And there's a couple different versions, but they're all very much like the same thing. So these ones have like a little ledger line down the side with numbers, but you know, they're very, very simple. These ones have like a who, what, when, where, why down the side. But for me, having simple cards like this, I tend to use these not just on pocket layouts. I tend to use them as a journaling spot on other layouts. Oh, yeah, Sonia says, I love those journaling cards. I wish they came in the app. I know. It's funny, like the way some things go in one place and some things just don't. But I have to say, like, there's 100 of these journaling cards in this pack. It cost me $5. Best investment, right? Because, you know, although it may not look like I've used many, I haven't used a ton, but I've definitely used some, and like they're great because you're not cutting up a piece of pattern paper to try to find a little spot to add some journaling. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I think that's it. I'm gonna, oh, do you guys want to have a quick peek at some of the load layouts I've made? I'll show you that before we go. So if you know about Load, then you may have seen my pages already. If you're participating in Load, you might have seen them in the gallery. I don't think I have all of them sitting here, but I have a good selection of them sitting here. I tried to write on the back what the prompts were, but I may not have done that on all of them because sometimes that doesn't happen. So I showed you this one earlier, and I didn't write down what the prompt was, but yeah, this one is about my husband not wearing sunscreen. So, you know, that's his way. Oh, sorry, that was me not showing it very well. There we go. That was kind of fun. This one was about relinquishing control, which was day 5 of our load challenge. And this one here, my cousin decided to go to the washroom, and when she left her phone sitting on the edge of the couch, and I was like, oh, hey. So I grabbed her phone and, you know, I turned on the camera app and I did a selfie with my husband. So, you know, that was this one. And then he's like, haha, that's really funny. So then he took the camera and he went around to almost everybody at the party. It was New Year's. So he went around to almost everybody at the party and did selfies with everybody. So there's my dad and my mom and my uncles. And yeah, it was really funny because then she had this little surprise on her phone to come back to. And of course, you don't see it right away. So yeah, she was good. She gave me the pictures later and I thought, oh, that's awesome. Oh, I didn't write down what day 7 was. So this one here, I was telling a story about a time where I got some good advice, and the good advice was from my mom. She said, do you want the job? Make the call. So that was how this one came about. And I worked at a rhubarb farm where I got to pick rhubarb for part of the summer anyways. And that was a picture of me from about that time. It's not actually, related to the job. So that was kind of fun. Oh, this is the one I did last night. And it was something that went too far. So something that went too far. And for this one, I told the story about we ended up getting pigs when I was a kid, and these pictures are my dad actually building the pig pen and the little house for the pigs, but he decided to extend their space. So he put out an electric wire and he let the pigs go, but he didn't test it on like 1 or 2 pigs. No, he let 30 pigs go out into this single wire electric fence, and the pigs, like, they would touch their snout to the wire and go whee! And they'd run off, and like we had to chase 30 pigs from all over the place. It was super funny. And like, how do you not, like, that's a story that had to be scrapped, right? But I never thought to tell it until I had the prompt for that. So that was super fun. This one I did at the beginning of the month, and I did photos from my son's graduation and him working his new job, and it was talking about unexpected paths. So you can see the paper that I chose. It's like, this cool stuff. Well done on scrapping the pig story. Yeah. So unexpected paths. So that was, him getting his job as IT guy straight out of school. I didn't write down this one either. I'm terrible at writing them down. Apparently, I think I write them down and then I don't. So I've got hot tub for reflection. So this is thinking about greater things. And so I did this one, and I actually did some spray misting in the background, and I've got some different color in there. And then I've got, we used galaxy stuff to kind of think about things bigger than yourself or whatever. And I've got my journaling, on one of those little cards that I was just showing you, tucked right in there. So, yeah, they're handy. That's funny. I'm telling myself that I always write on the back, when apparently I don't. So on this one, I was talking about how my son is like my dad, and it was kind of a surprise because, you just kind of see things, and I noticed that they're both a couple of scroungers, kind of like from the Great Escape movie. My dad is like, he would be the scrounger character for sure, and my son has a love of looking in the lost and found at school and finding really fun things to bring home. I'm like, oh boy. I've sent him back with a few of them. I'm like, no, I don't think so. This one this was our Valentine's Day prompt. We had to scrapbook about a strong woman, and it could be about, a grandmother, mother, perhaps yourself. We had a fabulous layout that day too. I was really just impressed that she chose to go with herself on that prompt, and I really loved it. I chose to talk about my mom and how she is both strong and beautiful. And this background paper, so beautiful, right? Yeah, it's paper. It's background paper. It's just really good paper. I want to be able to, I bought this paper with the intention to learn how to watercolor like that. And I don't quite watercolor like that yet, but I can still use it as inspiration when it's on the back of a layout. This one was talking about a precious moment, like scrapbook something recent that you just don't want to forget. So hurry up and get it down. And for me, that was this page that I talked about my son going off to write his final diploma exam of his first semester of grade 12. So he's got second semester left, and he was not that excited. Okay, Joyce is on her way out. Yeah, I'm just wrapping things up. So this one was talking about changes. So change was the thing, and I scrapbooked about my son's change. He did an 8-week bodybuilding program, and he went from this skinny little boy to this gigantic man, and he gained 40 pounds in 8 weeks. Like, it was nuts. So that was fun one. He drank a 4-liter, like a gallon of milk every single day during that 8 weeks. It was nuts. It was like I was raising a baby calf. Sue said, awesome pages. I love how you're using the prompts. You inspire me. Well, I love creating the prompts, and then I love using the prompts too. Like I'm happy that I not only like, you know, helped to set up the load challenge, but I actually tried to do it. So this is our next one for anybody that's not doing the load right now, but is like, hey, what is she doing? I want to be part of this. Our next one will be in May. We haven't released our theme yet for it, but it's gonna be good. I already know how good it is, so I'm really excited. So if you want to tell some stories or make some pages, and you don't have to use the prompts, like that's totally optional. You can just be like, hey, I'm gonna scrapbook a page. I'm gonna work on this project. It's all cool. But yeah, this one here, it was talking about like that what you do to enjoy the moments when life gets slow, like the slow moments. And so I've got this picture of me sitting on my deck with my juice, just enjoying the sunshine. And I thought that was pretty great. Heather says, I'm rarely on prompt. I know sometimes the prompts work, sometimes they don't, but you know, the goal is just to scrapbook a layout a day for load. And what I really loved about this is that when I did my journaling, I wrote a word in there and the word was fine, but really I wanted a different word, and I just crossed it out and I wrote it in. And at first I'm like, can I live with that? I don't know if I can live with that. Can you live with that? And I did. Like, so I actually just kept it in there. You can see I've crossed it out. I wrote in the new word, and it, to me, it just felt like in the moment, like I'm like, no, I really wanted to say soaking up the sunshine, not just enjoying the sunshine. So I just felt better. Katrina says, I'm almost always on prompt in some way or another. Yeah, I tend to use the prompts, but sometimes I'm like prompt adjacent. This one, oh, I didn't write it down. I wish I wrote these down. I thought I really did. Something about yourself. I can't remember. So I ended up scrapbooking about call me coach, and, you know, oh, I think it was like, oh no, that was that other one. Okay. So I talked about becoming a swim coach, and, you know, that has been my life for a few years now, apparently in 2012. I had to actually look that up to see when I became a coach because I couldn't remember. Sue said, I wanted to join the February load, but I needed to figure out the daily submitting picture account that you use. So we use Flickr, which is like free through Yahoo or whatever to set up. And we set up a private group in Flickr so that, you know, they're not just like public on Flickr. You can make your pictures public. If you look up my Flickr account, you'll see one picture and only one picture, but unless you've like become my friend or something on Flickr. And yeah, when you go into the actual group, that's when you can see all the pages. For this one here, I talked about, you know, like we went to Maui for my 40th birthday, which I was really excited to go to Maui for my birthday. But really fun thing about this is that this right here is made on a 3D printer that my son bought for Christmas. So sorry, I'll show it again. It's Maui spelled out. It's like really rough and textural. Like, you know, he bought this 3D printer. I think it came from China or something, but he got it to work, and he's like, you know, I can make you something. And I'm like, oh, what can you make me? So he printed this off, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, he's like, oh, I could work on it more so it's not so rough. And I'm like, no, that's pretty cool for this page. It's perfect. So he had done a couple little test ones, and the first one he made me actually was like this bright blue, and I'm like, ooh, do you want to use that other plasticky stuff that you have? He's like, the ugly brown one. I'm like, yeah. Can you use some ugly brown one? It's kind of like a brown gold. It's perfect. So that was kind of fun. And okay, last one here is this one. We were talking about, oh no, this was the one for the recent moment you don't want to forget. Okay, so I think I wrote down the wrong thing. Oh no, a precious moment, recent moment. Okay, so precious moment. Oh yeah. So a moment you don't want to forget. Well, before I went to go to Phoenix for the Creativation thing, I had a friend come over and she helped me figure out my wardrobe this year, because last year on the first day we looked at the videos at lunchtime that I was making for the interviews, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing the worst outfit in the world. So this year my friend came over and helped me try to figure out what I would wear for my outfit. And I had a lot of fun putting this together because I showed off some of the things. We've taken a few pictures of me. This was one of my final outfits. I wore this like on the one other night, and yeah, I wore this little outfit kind of, but I ended up changing it while I was there. I needed more pockets. I needed pockets, but yeah, that was kind of fun. This paper was from the other part of the thing was to, as a bonus, because we're doing a choose your own scrapbook adventure. So every day there's actually not just one prompt, it has like multiple layers. And the bonus was to use supplies that you've forgotten about. So I went and I like just opened up a couple doors, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's one of my kits from the Fairy Tale Club. And yeah, I thought it was kind of perfect because it had like little makeup-y things and stuff. So that's some of my pages. Yeah, that's some of the pages I've made so far for load, and that's been pretty good. Sonia said, hey Alice, is it okay if I show off a load page? I would love that. I would love that so much. So I'm going to put Sonia on.
Yeah.
There we go. I can hear you.
Okay. I said to somebody, I did a page about my mom who's a quilter. So I don't know. How can we?
Oh my gosh. And it says so happy.
And I had so much fun because she gave me all the swatches. So I tried to find paper that would match
with her quilt.
Yeah, and that's the quilt she made.
Oh my gosh, I love it. You did really good at paper matching.
Yeah, it took me a while, but I was like, I need to get it right. I wanted to use the fabric.
Yeah.
But I thought that's just going to get messy and fray or something. And I wanted to have a picture of her making the quilt, because I thought first to do the quilt as the main picture. And then later I thought, well, there's no pictures. We kind of staged this because we made the picture after she made the quilt. Because I said, I think you should have a picture. She's made so many. I said, you should have a picture of you doing the quilt, you know? And she's like, okay. So it's kind of a staged picture, but I'm still quite cool that we did it.
So I'm saying, love that, Sonia. That is so beautiful. Great title.
Thank you.
That's talented quilting. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you shared, because I hadn't actually seen that one in the gallery. I try to see as many as I can, but
yeah.
We're over 1,500 layouts in there right now, so there's a lot.
It's really good. You can't see them all.
Joyce says your mom is so pretty.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
So anybody else have something that they've been creating right now that they want to share? It's like good time. Show us before we close up. No pressure though. Oh, Heather has something. I gotta pin it up here. Oh, she's made a card. Just breathe. That's really pretty. Is it like textured? Or is it, yeah, it's textured. Nice. So nice. See guys, this isn't scary. Let's see. Deanna, you've got something here. I'm going to pin you up. There we go. Hold on a second. I don't have you set up, so switch. Oh, no, that's not right. I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. I'm really good at this.
Okay, am I audible?
There, I can hear you.
I'm doing December daily, so we've got days 11 and 12 just did. So
that's awesome. I like that you've got like the 4x6 photos in there to kind of do the stuff. And do you always do like a 4x6 photo and then you got some smaller photos?
No, I just sorry.
That's normal life.
Yeah. I use a combination of pages. So this one, just because it was a front and back, I started out with one 3x4 and one 4x6 in the journaling. And then I only had one 4x6. So I just did a decorative card and a journaling.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for showing. Anyone else that's like waving and saying, hey, Alice, hey, Alice. Okay. No, I think that's wonderful. I'm so glad to see that people are getting crafty and getting things done. That's kind of my whole goal with this. I really love that it's a chance to hang out with some other people and talk about crafting and do some crafting and, you know, get some of our scrapping and tell our stories. So that's my whole purpose behind this, and it's working because you're here and you're doing it. So I really appreciate that. And I wanted to say thank you for everybody that's willing to come on camera and share and show us their stuff. So Joyce says, thanks, Alice. You all inspire me. And thanks for doing this. Oh my gosh, yeah. Sue says, thank you, Alice, for doing this live today. Have fun with the baby. I know. So exciting. Got all the little baby stuff. Oh, Karen's got a screen share for us. Okay. Nope, didn't work. I know they work, but they're tricky to make them work. So thank you all so much for being here today. And if you're catching the replay, I hope that you'll make it to the next one. It will probably be in late March. I don't exactly have a date for that yet. I'm still waiting to see my son's final swim schedule for next month and the swim meets that he qualifies for. So that's what that happens here. Oh, Danielle says, give me a minute and she'll have the page ready to go up. I can do that. I can totally do that. I'm in no rush to, and if people are ready to share, then that's excellent. So let's, Sonia says, I've done so much more scrapbooking since I joined in December. Yay! For the ScrapHappy membership. That's wonderful. That is our goal. Like, we want people to have fun and to do their scrapbooking. And that's, you know, it's one of the things that helps motivate me, is having a group of people to help kind of cheer me on and support me and you know, just people that get it, right? That's the thing, is, you know, not everybody really gets it, but yeah. Danielle says she has a question about an ATG gun. I don't have one of those, but I would almost guarantee that somebody here is like a big fan of an ATG, because your Tamara's holding hers up right now. So yeah, Danielle, if you want to talk, I can unmute you, Danielle, if you want to ask the question. That's a option too. But yes, you got to give me like a thumbs up or something. Okay. Okay. I should be able to hear you now, as long as you have audio on the end.
I'm not sure if I do.
Ah, you do. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm considering changing my adhesive, and I'm still doing like research. I don't know if I want to get an ATG gun or not. I don't know if, you know, I've heard the horror stories of stuff doesn't fit or you can't load it, or I don't know what I want to do about it yet.
So the reason I haven't gone with ATG for myself is because I held one and I'm like, I can't get into the corners. I can't get into the areas. Like, I like, you know, using small ones where you have like that precision. It's like the end of your finger. So for me, that was not a good option. But I think that we've got some other people here that would be good with giving us some input on that. Can you say something, Tamara? Do you want to say something? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I've had mine for probably 10 years. And I just bulk order my tape refills online. So I usually have about a year's worth on hand. It's not that heavy. And once you get used to how it works, you can manipulate it enough to get into corners.
Okay.
So that part's not hard. And then the big trick I found, and sometimes you'll get a wonky piece of tape where you just kind of, you get 3/4 the way through, and I've been like, I'm not dealing with it, and I throw the last fourth away because there's just so much on here that you don't have to change it very often. But I actually had an older gun, and I took one of the pieces here that goes here, if you can see that.
Yep.
So it comes with this piece that holds your clear tape on, your tape on here. My other gun broke, and I took this piece off, and I used it, and I turn it upside down so that it holds the used tape in place so it's not getting wound up, because sometimes that's what happens is it gets loose.
Yeah.
And it kind of sticks to the other tape, and then it messes the whole thing up. So that just holds that in place, and that's the best tip I can give you. Now, it is an investment initially, but I found that over the years, I've probably saved money using this than buying all the little refills. But I've lived overseas in many places where I've had to take a whole year's worth supply with me and not had access to it. So that's worked for me. So
Susan is saying that she's done the same thing. She said I like that they hold a big roll of adhesive and that the adhesive is sticky. No worries about stuff falling off.
Yeah.
And Sonia says, yes, the adhesive is properly sticky. And she said that Susan said she put an extra piece on hers. She cut out a circle from the lid of a sour cream container. And Katrina said, even if it gets loose, I just wind it a bit and it's good. The adhesive lasts a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing good things, Danielle. I'm hearing really good things. It's, I think, a matter of now whether you, give it a try. And I think, if you give it a try and you don't like it, you can probably find somebody to buy it up from you because there's somebody else out there that's ready to give it a try too. Misty says she loves her ATG gun too. So they're definitely a popular one. I think I would have to play with it to get that feeling of being able to get in the corner. For me, that would be a big thing. And once I would master that, I think I would be okay. But right now, what I have been using mostly, I didn't have it out today because, it was in my bag really far away right here. I've been using these ones from Glue Dots. And these ones are like little strips, just like a adhesive strip. So there's a whole bunch of little strips on these ones. They have another one though that I actually really want. And for the other one, it actually has the clear, kind of like the Tombow. This isn't Tombow as I hold it up, kind of like the Tombow one, but yeah, the Glue Dots. Oh, yeah. So that's what you have right now. The clear one. That's what Danielle is holding up. I'm just going to hold that. I'm going to pin that up there. The Glue Dots, a clear adhesive runner. Yeah, that's the one that I want to get. That's the one I thought I had asked the store to order in for me. But then they brought in these other ones. I'm like, oh, thank you for ordering 6 of the wrong ones. But they tried. They tried. I guess I didn't realize they had the one with the strips. Otherwise, I would have been a little more specific. But yeah, Susan says with the ATG, it's all about the biggest trick is getting it loaded properly. Yeah, Katrina says, I don't usually feel like I need to get in the corner because I like to tuck things under. And that's another thing. Like, and there's a lot of scrapbookers that do things like that. I tend to build my layers and then I stick everything down once I kind of know where things are going to go. So I think that because I'm adverse to sticking things down, that I look for ways that I can get into the corners to stick it down when I do it. So yeah, awesome. Well, now we have a little bit of chat about Oh, Danielle's got her layout. I will pop her up here. Yay.
I
I
don't have my title on it yet.
You don't have your title. What are you going to title it?
I'm debating between puddle jumping or something with the puddles.
I love it.
I was at home and I only get to go like once a year, and I was seeing my nephew. He was about 2 in this photo. He's about 2.5, almost 3 now. And we were just out for a walk, and his mom is really like, he can get dirty and play hard, and she lets him be a little boy, whereas I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna get hurt. But I'm on a blood thinner, so I've had to be overly cautious my whole life. But so he was running through the puddles, and we were just talking, and he was doing this. I snapped off a couple photos, and then I actually have a companion page to this.
Cool.
One second, let me get it. So then I went through with him.
Yay! That's super fun. I love that. That's a big cut file that you have on there. Where did you find that cut file from?
I got it in my Secret Not Secret Kit Club.
Cool.
Christina sent it to me.
Yeah.
It's a Kaiser Craft one.
I just had those same black dotted letters, the ones used for zone. I literally just had them out, and those same blue sparkly ones.
The black dotted ones are pretty much done. There's only a few more words I can spell.
You can spell. I know mine is pretty picked apart too. Awesome. That's wonderful. And that's what people are saying. They're saying super sweet. That circle one is fabulous. I love this. I love that with the circles. Yay.
Thank you. Like I said, it's a Kaiser Craft thing, and it was sent to me in my kit. This was actually one of the challenges last weekend at the Scrapbook party for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. The prompt was to scrap lift one of the members, and it was Sandy Reversky or something like that. She's currently doing like follow a sketch a day February.
Yeah.
But I saw one of hers that had this. She did like the Disney castle and stuff, but I thought it would work well for this.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Well, that wraps us up for the day, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone that was able to share something. Katrina says, I could lift this with my Creative Memories shape cutters. Absolutely, you could. That would totally work. And yeah, I think that this was such a good day. I really appreciate you spending time and getting crafty with me. That's so much fun. And if you want to join me next time, you're already on the list. So you'll get the emails again. And there'll be a few other things that, I'll be using another kit from the Wild Hair Kits, and we'll have another draw next month. So that was great. Karen says, it was great and inspirational. Thanks. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks to everybody. I appreciate it, whether you were a silent person for the day, or if you were getting in and sharing stuff. I really appreciated that. So thank you to everyone, and I will see you next time really soon. Happy scrapping.